A new update has come out, and when you start the game, then it will give you the option to play with experimental lag fix. Now, I've heard multiple opinions about this entire thing. Some people said they did an amazing job, and even at 30 minutes they had zero lag at all, while others, well, they saw no change pretty much in the entire thing. Ooh, Duplicator, amazing early pickup. Now, whether this does something for you or not, I think you just have to test it. I would still say limit it somewhat, like don't go for damage numbers, visual effects and everything and expect that it will just do wonders for you. But it is definitely a huge improvement, and here we can see one change of the beta that is currently out. If you want to join the beta, just right click on Vampire Survivors, go to Properties and then click on Betas. There you only have to select the current public beta, there's only one to select from. And this is pretty much always a testing. Now, there is a recommendation that you do back up your game, the local files, join the Discord and just read through the instructions to make sure nothing goes wrong, because it uses a new save system, and while it said that it shouldn't do anything, like it shouldn't mess up stuff, it might, okay? And don't be sorry if something goes wrong, just be sure, just be certain. The third big new change is that Il Molise has now 3 chests instead of just 1. And if you watched my secret video about the map here, then you know there are 2 secrets, and one is that after 15 minutes where the death spawns, there are a ton of gold pots that spawn, but the real deal, the juicy stuff, is at 21 minutes. And people have managed to reach, oh my god, this is amazing. People have managed to reach 30k, 39k with Christine. So the 39k that I saw was with old Christine, the one with 5% more cooldown reduction and with more might. And while you might say 5% cooldown reduction is not a lot, yes it is, because it actually increases the cooldown that she has by 20%. So for example, if a clock lancet rotation previously took 1 second, then now it would take 1.2 seconds. That is what I mean with 20%. So whether or not 40k is possible, I haven't seen it. I want to give it a try. Ever since it came out, my goal was to break the 30k, but also to just, you know, get as close as possible to 40k, and today I'll attempt that. Usually you'd go with Spinach, but it doesn't seem like Curse actually affects the spawning of the enemies, so all it does is it increases the health that the enemies have, right? So that doesn't make a lot of sense. And that's why I didn't go for Curse, and I hope that we still have enough damage without Spinach, that I can just one-shot all of the enemies and deal with them. And there you can pretty much see the entire build, because the last weapon that is missing is Clock Lancet. And hopefully the Unholy Vespers will deal 60 damage. That is the health amount the gold pots have. If not, this will be a bit more difficult, but also not the worst part, because, well, we do have Rune Tracer, we have a lot of Rune Tracer projectiles with Duplicator. It should deal with them easily, combining the Rune Tracer and the Unholy Vespers. I would have loved to go for Gorgeous Moon, but it just doesn't fit into the build. It's already a huge budget build, and I think the first thing I would change, if I had an open slot, is I would just get Spinach or something like this. Now, one big drawback is that we do need a little Clover for a 100% chance that Pentagram doesn't erase stuff. On this map you have a bonus 20% luck, instead of the 10% that other hyper modes have, which means you are at 97.5%, I think. Chance to not erase enemies, which is good, you know, but it's not 100%. Now, the second big change that happened here is, instead of the 1 chest that you usually have, the one at 10 minutes, there are now 3 chests in total, and that is big, that is huge. All of the 3 chests can also do multiple evolutions, which means the best luck you could receive is 5 Penta chests, and they could evolve 15 weapons. Now, given you can't have 15 weapons, right, so that doesn't help you too much. But the point is, that was one of the big discovered secrets, that when you only had 1 chest, you could get a triple chest or even a Penta chest, and evolve multiple weapons. Okay, I would say so far the run is going really well. I did a previous attempt and it failed horribly because I didn't get the Rune Tracer up early enough. Like, you can see Rune Tracer's going crazy right now, right? And we will improve on that a lot in the future. But if you don't get this going, because in the past I tend to go for Song of Mana, but it doesn't have a lot of range, right, if you don't evolve it. And if you evolve it, you go for Curse, which is not very helpful to you. So the entire idea here is, don't use Song of Mana, replace it with Unholy Vespers, and just pray that it does enough damage that it can one-shot the gold pots. Whoop, there we have a vacuum. That is an amazing timing because I haven't collected experience for quite a while. And yes, like half a minute is actually quite a while here. Empty tome, perfect. We are maxed out on cooldown. So right now we have negative 70% cooldown reduction. That is amazing. Or, well, in other words, it is 70% cooldown reduction. And now I will just max out whatever helps the rune tracers to kill more enemies. So Brazier, Candelabrador, stuff like this. Yeah, let me actually get the stone mask here. Another vacuum, and I keep taking damage. Yeah, that is what happens if you don't have spinach. The enemies right now, I think, have between 30 and 40 health, and you might notice a majority of my weapons don't deal enough damage to kill them. Not great, you know. But look at what I have right now. There is not a lot that I can replace that is reliable and put spinach in. Maybe I could get rid of Spellbinder. That would probably be the first one I would replace. But then I can also get rid of King Bible, right? There's little reason to keep it if I don't go for Unholy Vespers. Another vacuum. This will give me a lot of levels. I will max out the Stone Mask now. I want to make sure that whatever I get has a maximum multiplicator applied. But I think we are doing really fine. We are already level 43. I don't see how I would fail this here, except if I would pick up a chest by accident that I don't want to have. But even then, I'm only going to evolve 2 weapons, so it should be fine, I assume. Like, even if I pick up 1 of the 3 chests, there are still 2 more. And if you're still here, then, well, first of all, thank you for still watching, instead of just, you know, leaving after the little update that I made. But there are huge plans planned for April, and I highly recommend you just going into the description and joining the Vampire Survivors Discord, because all the future updates and beta updates are posted there, so whenever something exciting happens, you can just, you know, get notified over there, and you have all the information available to you. I'm getting a bit concerned. So far I haven't found the little clover, and as I said, it's not that needed. But I would rather have a guaranteed chance to kill everything, instead of later on just having the pentagram go off and the stuff gets erased. One slight issue of removing the Spellbinder is that it will lower the time the death is frozen, which once you have 6-7 deaths around makes it a lot harder to maintain your Laurel Shield, right? So that is not really something I want to get rid of if I want to optimize this and get spinach. I'm currently thinking what is the best one to get rid of, and honestly there is probably none. If you get rid of the Candelabrador, it decreases how far the Bible goes out, but also makes the rune tracer smaller, right? So that's not really something that you want to do. Oh, that is a huge level up here. There we go, King Bible is maxed out. I will attempt to max out the lightning ring. There we go, perfect. Because if I'm really lucky right now, I get a triple chest here. Nah, okay, never mind. Not that I need it, to be honest. And maybe it was just smart. Oh my god, those are a lot of King Bibles. Yeah, and maybe it would have just been smarter to go with the Unholy Vesper here, to have the guaranteed damage around me. But hey, another chest is spawning, I don't need it, I'm nearly maxed out. But if the Unholy Vespers don't deal 60 damage on hit, then yeah, I do have a problem, because then I'll rely on the Unholy Vespers hitting the gold pots as well as the Rune Tracer. And that's obviously nothing good. You might wonder why I went for the Thunder Loop. Well, honestly, it doesn't matter with the Thunder Loop. I could have just went for the Lightning Ring. But the main point being, we do have Rune Tracer, and that should take care of all the gold pots around me, right? So the stuff that the Unholy Vesper can't hit, assuming it actually kills everything. And the Lightning Ring will then hit in front of us. Like, all the stuff that stays alive, it will hit that. And the faster you decrease the amount of enemies, the faster they respawn. So that should help us out a lot, hopefully. If that hasn't changed, then the game tries to spawn 250 gold pots at minute 21. So whenever it goes below the 250, it will spawn the next wave in a more dense way. I do wonder if the next one spawns at 11 or 12 minutes. I would say it's probably 11 minutes. Because 12 minutes wouldn't make too much sense, right? I could actually... Oh, wow. Okay, that was... Yeah, that was fast. There we go. And that is the Unholy Vesper here. Perfect. Now please do 60 damage, please. Ooh, I don't really see the damage numbers of the Unholy Vesper, but I don't see a 60 there. Yeah, that's a problem. When I checked the code, I saw that the Unholy Vesper does 0.3 power, which kinda seems to check out because it deals around, I would say, 25 to 35 damage, rather close to 25 actually. And 0.3 would indicate it deals 30 damage, minus our negative 10% might, would then lead to the number that we see right now. But that should mean even with might, we couldn't one-shot the gold pots. Huh, interesting. But I guess it doesn't matter too much because our Unholy Vespers are hitting so often. Like, do you see that here? It's hitting so frequently that the enemies still die. So that's at least a good part. It almost looks like the lag improvement didn't help me too much, though to be fair I kept everything open that I usually close. Because I'm recording right now and I do have Chrome open, I have Discord open, I have other apps open. I was hoping that with the damage numbers even, it would still kinda handle it well, you know? Because the enemies are not moving, right? Like, this is not an extreme map in regards of lagging, but I guess I have to turn off the damage numbers. So, let's check it out now. No, it still feels slowed down, right? Yeah, I pressed tab, which slows down the game if you're lagging, which is insanely helpful, but it still is slowed down. And it's time to get some gold here. Perfect. Let's get this over here. So I think the best I did prior to the 15-minute mark was around 5k gold. Hopefully I can hit that today as well. Still missing the little clover. 14 minutes, this is when the gold pot starts spawning, so let's just see if we kill them. It actually doesn't look too bad, right? Yeah, I would definitely say it. Oh, that just wiped out everything. Oh, and that on a wave like this. Why couldn't you do it on another wave? Yeah, but you might notice my shield gets broken. Well, not broken, but they do break through it, and that is a big problem. That is not something you want to see. Oh, little clover somewhere. No? No? Okay. And there we go, the fun time starts now. This is where we are just gold farming. Now, at 15 minutes and up until, well, 59, don't expect too much out of this. Like, you won't get a lot of gold out of this. The main point being that you want to be at 21 minutes. This is where it gets really wild. Where the entire map is pretty much covered in these gold guys. And there we go, the Reaper's again frozen. But usually the start is really simple. And then, well, yeah, multiple Reapers start spawning and that's where it becomes difficult. Oh, little clover! I can't believe it! I can't believe it! That is amazing! So I actually don't know if just running straight to the right side or running down like this is the best way of doing it. But I've seen kill record runs on this map and they usually go diagonally. Now, I don't know if they only do it in the beginning. I honestly should have watched the video for longer than just the initial 5 minutes or 3 minutes. But you know what, I'll just do it this way and hope it somehow improves everything. Ooh, that was really close. I'm not gonna get the NFT there. It's not bad, but it also doesn't do that much, right? Well, so far I can always keep up with destroying the pots, but the problem will rather be that there will be some, like just a few, that I can't destroy and they will start breaking my shield. And when you have the Reaper, the pots and, well, that's kind of it, but those two combined breaking your shield, then yeah, you die very quickly. But we are already at 17 minutes, this is where 3 Reapers appear. Ooh, that is a close one. But I think our lore, yeah, it recharges insanely fast. This is why Spellbinder is so valuable, like even if it gets broken down, the enemies are frozen for such a long time that pretty much nothing can happen to you. Unless, of course, the death is at a position where it's really hard to freeze him, and multiples of him just unfreeze after each other, and keep just destroying your shield like here. Like if there was another one now where it was at blue, I would have just died. And I don't care walking over to the braziers. If they drop a gold coin, it's 2 to 3 gold. Like, I don't really need that. Ooh, gold bag. That is a nice one. Okay, so now we have 4 Reapers, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, that is a perfect freeze. Well, it would be perfect at like 2059. Just to freeze them and I can freely farm, but I'm not gonna complain. Ooh, okay. And that is a downside of a freeze. All the Reapers start attacking you at once, which can be good if you can freeze them simultaneously, but if you can't, then they just keep attacking you and don't give you time to recharge your laurel shield. Ooh, you are evil. That was kind of funny because my shield started recharging while he was still attacking me. It's kind of hilarious with the amount of cooldown reduction she has, how overpowered that makes her in general. And it used to be even more broken, right? Okay, so now we are 20 minutes, this is pretty much where nothing spawns anymore, in preparation for the wave at 21 minutes. And right now I will just try to freeze the Reapers as good as I can. But I'm sadly not good at it, and it doesn't help that it's so dark on the map. But let me try my best. Okay, this is horrible. This is really horrible. I guess it would actually be more efficient to walk around and get the braziers. So I'll do that. You can either play for safety or you can play for maximum profits. And I personally prefer to gamble always, because it will net higher results. Like, sure, I'll have to redo it more often compared to, you know, playing safe. But if I play safe and I just, let's say for example, I play safe and I get to 30 minutes in a survival record, that is, oh, freeze! That is a perfect timing. But yeah, that is really good, right? And if I had to do 15 runs for that, then that's, you know, that's realistic, that is fine. But if I would gamble and it would take me 30 runs, but I would get to 40 minutes, yeah, the first one would have never managed that, right? So it just became useless pretty much. Okay, this NFT I will actually pick up because the enemies are so dense that this will help me a ton to gather more gold. There's another gold bag, let's get that. Oh, so much gold flying to me, but I don't see a huge break here. I gotta be honest. Yeah, in comparison to the curse runs, I actually don't think anything increased. I might be wrong on this, but I think the game just can't spawn that many enemies. As in, because they are stationary, there are just that many spots where it can spawn, and it can't spawn more. Yeah, okay, this is definitely not a 30k break. No, for sure not. And there we go, it's over. I'll walk back just to get the rest of the gold pots that were here. 23k, that is actually quite a sad value. Yeah, I do believe you probably need spinach just to one-shot them. It might sound stupid because it's such a slight difference, right? Like, the Unholy Vespers hit so often, so the difference is really small. But it might even boost the rune trace. Ooh, this is dangerous. Yeah, okay. So I think one way of doing this is just standing inside of the Reapers, and they will try to bump each other out of the way, which gives you some sort of protection. It's not amazing, but it's some sort of protection. And you know what, I'll just keep going, because if I do get a ton of gold bags, I can, well, not a clover, nice. I can actually break the 30k. It's insanely unrealistic, but, like, the purpose was a gold run, right? Oh, that is a perfectly timed freeze. Did you see that? The moment I froze, he would have actually killed me. Like, if it just went on for 0.1 seconds because my shield was gone. This is kind of the luck that you're looking for in these runs. And another freeze, there we go. Maybe this was actually a waste, but I do want to continue walking to get the braziers, so yeah, I'll just pick it up. Oh, that is so scary when all of them charge at you at once. But the good part is if they do... Ooh, that is a... Yeah, let me get that. The good part is they can't really... Like, the way it works is it's not like Laurel has 100 health, and if they break it, then they get through. It is just a 5-second invulnerability window. Which means whether 1 Reaper or 50 Reaper hit it, it does make a big difference. The problem that I was referring to of them attacking at the same time is only when you can't freeze them fast enough, so they keep attacking, keep breaking, and eventually you'll die. Oh, actually imagine I Tiramigo here. But yeah, if you do a gold run, then you obviously don't go for Tiramigo. Ooh, will this recharge fast enough? Yes, perfect. Ooh, dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. There we go. There are right now 11 Reapers around me. This is kind of insane. As someone who never did survival runs, like, I did try it 1 or 2 times and that was it. But as someone who never did that, it's actually, like, it's just amazing. To have that many... Oh, that's my death. Yeah, that was my death. But 101k kills, 23k gold, and 26 minutes survived. I would say that was decent. And yes, as I said, I will do update videos on every single update that comes out. So if you want to see more, just feel free to stay.